Hi everybody, here it's Martina from Raw Street Photo Gallery, and welcome to our second session of the feedback from the curatorial program that we're doing together with Victory Art and artist Mima Chovancová. And I hope you watched the first episode that we did last week. Also, I got some feedback and it's not very clear what I'm talking about when I'm talking about last week. So today is the 21st of December, so also happy winter solstice to everybody. And last week, last Friday, I also registered the first episode of this small vlog that we're doing regarding this new curatorial program, and in which I combined the first and the second feedback session that we did with Mima. We also had the third and almost final feedback session on Wednesday, this Wednesday evening. And as I told you last time, she was preparing some experiments that would pinpoint the direction towards the final work that we would exhibit here, that we are going to exhibit here in the exhibition at the beginning of January. And she actually did.
Through conversation and Martina pointing out and questioning even certain elements of my work, I was able to step away and really look at the core of my work and reassess the importance of certain elements and really distinguish what was conceptually more important to be included. I've produced works that are more abstract and visually a bit more pared down on a first viewing, you could say, than the previous works. And I believe that it's been mostly Martina's input that put me to a position where I could do that within my work. It was really her guidance and belief in and respect for me as an artist that I was able to go places conceptually I probably wouldn't have gone, at least not at this stage. And therefore I really do feel that the new works have come from a very authentic place, and I am very pleased with them. After our last Skype conversation, we were basically making final decisions on which pieces to include in the exhibition, and we talked quite a bit about the size of each piece, which I, as a painter, never really questioned that much. It was mostly about the first physical impact of a piece of work for me, but talking to Martina, we agreed that some of the works required a smaller format in order to create a more intimate experience for the viewer, which I am very happy about. I think it is an important element of an exhibition to really create the entire environment and give the viewer a complete experience of each work. The exhibition is now only a few days away, so at this stage what usually happens is the titles for each piece get decided on. They usually either come to me at the very beginning, or they kind of evolved alongside the work, and the proofs will be going off to the printer for finalizing everything, making sure all the colors are right, and yeah, then we're off. We're ready to print, frame, and hang, and get ready for the private view.
She actually produced a lot, and she produced accordingly exactly what we talked about last time. So there were two sort of visual currents in her work. One was more minimalistic, and the other one was, we can call it chaotic. It's not an adjective which I really like apply to her work, but in opposition to the minimalistic work, it actually looks a little bit more chaotic. We can say it's a little bit fuller visually. And she actually also made some in-between experiments to see how it would work to combine the two, almost. But me and her both agreed that the minimalistic work on one side and the chaotic ones, the fuller ones, are the one that work best. So what we actually chose is to feature both of them at the exhibition. So we're gonna print this really big work, which is belongs from the series of the fuller ones of this wonderful collage. Actually, I think, in which she incorporated very much the narrative of this Moravian death rituals, especially of young single people that died, that she says resembles a lot wedding, and it's actually very true. So she incorporated this narrative of community and celebration, and sort of a way of being together to in order to ease the pain of this death. And actually this is going to be in contrast with the more minimalistic work, which are going to be also printed smaller and are actually more about loneliness. So they do not feature like a single, they actually feature a single person, a single element, and not a choral scene. So this smaller works will be in contrast with the big ones, but with the big one, because it's going to be only one big scene and probably 3 or 4 smaller ones from the minimalistic side. And it's going to be in contrast because there is this opposition between loneliness and celebration regarding the theme of death, basically. So what we chose to go with this selection, this final selection. We have also already chosen the formats in which we're going to print. I think we both agreed on which were the formats, and we were 90% done. I think they're going to be as we planned them now. And she's going to fine-tune these collages in the last couple of weeks. We're going to print them at the beginning of January, and we're going to have them framed in the just a few days before the exhibition opening. But of course, we also have the advantage of having the older ones, which are already in the gallery and basically are almost framed. So that part is done, and is going to be only the setup then. So it's pretty much everything ready, or soon to be ready. And actually she chose this way of stacking up layers for the bigger collage, And actually, this bigger collage and this stacking up of layers has a very specific meaning for her, and also regarding the technique. So my plan is also to include a panel text or a description text in any ways, especially regarding these new works, that will explain this, because I think it's very crucial for the visitor to understand that it's not only a visual development, but it's also conceptual development that she made in this past few weeks. And I mean, considering the amount of time we had, and but still also in regard to the amount of work that we both did, I think it was a great development. I'm gonna do later on a recap regarding this partnership and this collaboration, but I think that for now it's been going very well, and I really hope everybody will enjoy the exhibition, because it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be quite great. And again, if you want to join us on the 12th of January in Rotterdam, you can see by yourself which are the results. Of course, we're gonna document it, but it's not gonna be the same. So my advice is to come and see for yourself which are the results really of this partnership. So I'll be leaving you now, and I think I'll do a recap episode, or if you have a question, you can write them as comments under the video, and I will try and answer them. And please also check our website for visual updates, and I'll see you again in a few weeks. Okay, bye!